Skate 4 is slated to launch into early access sometime in 2025, and I have just recently picked this game back up onto my radar, and I've been hearing a lot of complaints about the graphics inside of Skate 4. So today I wanted to do a bit of a breakdown of the progression that the game's graphics have made from 2022 all the way through to the current day. Let's go ahead and get started here, jumping all the way back to the August playtest that was uploaded onto YouTube September 9th, 2022. And in the very first scene here, I want to point out that this is clearly still in the very, very early stages of development, at least graphically, with these background buildings and trees all just clearly placeholder assets, filling out generally what they're wanting this to end up looking like, or probably not even that. This is probably just slapped in there so the testers aren't just in no man's land. The player models in this playtest do not get any better either. I mean, take a look at those eyes. Those are them eyes look evil. With this being 2 years ago and still the very early development phase of the game, I still think that it looks promising, at least mechanics wise. Graphics, in my opinion, are really the final coat of paint that gets put into a game, especially when it comes to a skate game where physics and mechanics should be your top priority. Regardless, let's go ahead and fast forward in time an entire year here to the September playtest highlights, which were uploaded on November 9th, 2023. And you can already see that this original player model looks way better. The beanie is a bit smooth and lacking some texture. Also, this is the first that I'm going to point it out, but it won't be the last time that I mention it. What is up with these trees? Originally, I had thought that they were placeholders, but we're still seeing them today. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue here. In the very next scene, you can see that they updated the buildings and gave them a little bit more depth. They also seemed to create a more finalized version of this placeholder that they are using for surfaces. Like I said, graphics are really the last thing that they're going to need to dial in. So painting over all of these surfaces with this placeholder probably made it much easier for them to get people in for the testing, as well as allowing them to get more people in for the testing. You will start to see these get replaced here soon with actual textures, but these trees in the background, my God, these trees, they need to be fixed. And by the end of this video, I'm not even sure if they do get fixed. Let's move on though, 4 months past November into the March playtest that was uploaded March 29th, 2024. Inside of this playtest, you see the placeholder texture that they use for surfaces everywhere, as well as these buildings really starting to take their final shape. Not only the buildings, but skate parks and couches and people. This really feels like our first good look into what the end product is going to be. Whereas in before, it was super early development looking, a lot of placeholders and assets randomly slapped together. This feels and looks more like the mid to late stages of development. You have massive drop-ins from building to building with a city-ish in the background. This feels like a more complete idea starting to take its final form. We are unfortunately still looking at these goofy trees though, straight out of the PS2 era, just copy and pasted everywhere. I've neglected to mention those for a while, so I thought I'd bring them up. Also, these bushes are so out of place. It looks like a rock someone painted on, and if I fell into it, I would just roll over it rather than I'd bump my shin on this thing. But let's go ahead and continue on 2 months into the future to May 31st, 2024, where they uploaded the May playtest highlights. And holy cow, would you believe it? There's an actual tree in the background here. To be fair though, we only see half of this tree, so it is entirely possible that the top half is just a green cloud rock. No, actually, would you look at that? In the very next scene, we have a full-fledged tree. It's unbelievable. They've broken the bounds here. They've unlocked the technology. What's this here though? A rock tree hidden in the background? I don't know. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe the city hired some new sculptures to put up art pieces randomly throughout the town. Or nope, would you look at that? Move forward just a little bit in this and we have painted rocks here meant to look like bushes and another rock tree in the background. I really hope that none of this makes it into the final game. All kidding aside though, this playtest looked great, and you see I haven't been entirely fairly honest with you during this video. I haven't lied either, but I've definitely left out a key piece of information that I think we need to chew on, and that is the fact that all of these videos are in fact playtests, and I'm sure that things are scaled way back, placeholders obviously put into place, etc., in order to better facilitate these playtests. In fact, we have several pieces of video to go over which I think much better represent the final product, where most, if not all, of the placeholder textures are filled in. Everything is a bit more spruced up, crisp, reflective, polished, and that is in both the development update that they put out 3 months ago, as well as some more recent footage that they have posted on X. It's inside of these videos that we get to see a much more finalized product. Not to say that there isn't anything wrong here.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Most of the trees are not rocks. The bushes are still rocks. I don't know why the bushes are rocks. This is where all of my confusion comes in. But you can clearly see the state of the world is looking solid. This development update came out 3 months ago, and even still, you can tell this is going to get another coat of polish or two on top of it, which I personally think is going to bring it well beyond where it needs to be. I'm never really a huge graphics guy, so it doesn't need to be very far for me, but I think even for the graphics buffs, the realists, this will be well beyond where it needs to be for a skate game. They actually posted a video on September 17th, just a couple of days ago, and this to me looks really good. Mostly everything here is textured. The player models look much better with their outfits looking better. But one thing I want to point out is these trees and these bushes. Why and what is happening here? Please, someone confirm that these are not going to be the final models making it into the game. Why do only some of them look like painted rocks and others look like an actual tree? There's no way that's how it makes it into the final game. But regardless, let me know what you guys think about Skate Fort down in the comments. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm out.